Hi everyone, so this is going to be another Oracle deck review. This is for the Wisdom of the Oracle card deck, divination cards. So this is a 52 card deck, and it's by Colette, Baron-Reid. So first off I'll say the quality of the box is pretty good. It's really thick cardboard. It's like typical, what is it? Hay House, I believe. Like what, the boxes that come in, like, if you order from, like, Hay House online, it's kind of like that. Or it pretty much is that. But yeah. So it's a good quality box. I know a lot of people don't keep their boxes. They either put their Oracle and Tarot cards in little bags or actual wooden boxes, like handcrafted boxes and stuff. But honestly, I keep mine in the original box for the most part. Except my two tarot card decks, which I need to make a bag for. The second one, which is the Green Witch Tarot, I have not made that yet. So I have those cards sitting on my altar over there. Excuse my junky room. But my other tarot deck that I have is the Tarot of the Hidden Realms, and it's more of like a fae-based deck. And I have it in a hand-knitted purple bag that I made. So, I usually keep my tarot decks, or my plan is to keep both my tarot decks in bags like that, and then the rest of my cards, all my other card decks, which are Oracle card decks, I keep in their original boxes on a shelf. So, but anyways, so I just thought that's why I mentioned the box, because some people keep them, some people don't. With the guidebook is a very thick guidebook, actually. It's a lot thicker than most, like, mini size kind of guidebooks for card decks and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty thick. And I'll show you an example. Let me find a good card. Okay, for example, so the guidebook is in black and white, like most guidebooks are, or tend to be anyway. So for this card, it says it's card 32, and the card is here and now, and here's kind of an image of it. I hope you guys can see it okay. So I think the reason why this guidebook is a lot thicker is because each card has 5 different meanings. And what I mean by that is each card has an essential meaning, the Oracle's message meaning, relationship message meaning, prosperity message meaning, as well as a protection message meaning. So each card has 5 different messages / meanings. So I think that's why this is a thicker guidebook, but I really love that it's got many different meanings. I think on the back of the box it says, so yeah, it's a 52 card deck, and it says, if I can find it, okay, so yeah, the 52 card deck and companion guidebook will allow you to, sorry, I'm trying to follow this, interpret her messages about all aspects of your journey with over 250 independent meanings that can speak to an unlimited number of circumstances. Sorry, I was trying to follow that on my phone. It's a little bit harder than I thought. But anyways, so yeah, you've got like a bunch of meanings for each card, so that's really cool. Aside from your own, this is just general meanings you can use to kind of base what you think off of these cards, or unless you read intuitively, you know, you don't necessarily need that. But anyways, so now here is the card flip through. So first off, I will say though, and I think this is just this deck that I'm pretty sure it's just this deck that I have. There's a little bit of like I don't want to say a misprint per se, but there was like a little bit of ink or something right here, I've noticed, and I don't think that's on anyone else's deck. I don't know if you can see that. But it's like this brown, kind of splotchy, spotted ink or something. I don't think all the other cards have that, but I'm not sure. I really don't think so. And I don't think so because on some of the cards' edges, it has like these little, again, like brown inked kind of spots on it. And I tried to kind of clean it off just to see if it would come off with a Q-tip. I was like carefully trying to clean it with rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip. and it was not coming off whatsoever. So I think when they've kind of glossed over these cards a bit, because they're slightly glossy, it kind of covered over that, you know, sealed it up. Kind of like if you don't properly clean a floor and then you wax over it and there's still like stains or something on it, you know, if you don't properly clean it and get, like, I say this because I work in a salon, so this is how it is with our floor in our back, like, color room, where there's like been stained colored splotches on the floor, and then it's been cleaned, but not, it couldn't completely get like the dyes off, you know, and then it's been waxed over and it's just permanently stuck underneath there. So it's kind of like that, I feel. But some of the cards on the very edges, for the most part, have that. It doesn't really interfere much with like the images. There's like 1 or 2 cards where it's like very tiny, you can barely see it on certain cards, like not on this one specifically. Again, it's like, see, on the edges here, you know. And I mean, I know some people really don't like that, and that would really, really bother some people, but I mean, it doesn't bother me as bad. You know, I tried to see if I could get it off, and I couldn't, and that's okay. I mean, it's still cards, you know, they're still completely functional. You can definitely still use them. I mean, it's not a big deal, you know. The true meaning of using cards is for divination purposes, not just to look pretty and immaculate all the time. To, you know, you, in a way, I mean, you kind of want to show that your cards, yes, have been used, you know, not just they're completely pristine and immaculate and they just sit on a shelf and that's it, you know. Like, you want to, I don't want to say wear and tear by any means, but you definitely want to put some, I'll say age, I guess, and use on your cards, you know, so you actually use them. You don't just, you know, collect them and don't ever touch them. You know, I think a lot of people do that, and lately I've been pretty guilty of that myself. I've ended up with a lot of more card decks than I thought I would ever own in my life, and I can't help it. They're so pretty and they're addicting, but, you know, they're supposed to be used. So, anyways, aside from that, I just wanted to kind of point that out for this certain deck that I have. That's just how it came. But to me, it doesn't bother me. So, but if you notice little places, that's what it's from. It's just like a, I guess I will say misprint of ink or something. I don't know, but it's okay. So, anyways, I'll go ahead and show you. So this is card 1, and the numbers will either be at the top corners or below or at the bottom. It just depends on each card. It could be anywhere, but you'll typically see it right off for the most part. But what I love about this is they have both a yin and a yang card. And it's funny because card number 1 is actually yang, and then card 2 is yin. Instead of yin yang, it's yang yin, which I found kind of interesting. But yeah, so this is card 1. I love this because I've looked for a deck that has yin and yang cards in it for a long time, because that's the main principle and aspect I go by and I practice by. So I really love that this deck has that. So this is card number 1, yang, and this is card number 2, yin, and they're really beautiful. They're very fantasy, playful, childlike, dreamlike kind of looking cards. Oh, also, I forgot to say, they're also gilded, like gold gilded, if you can see that. It's kind of like Bibles, especially children's Bibles, have the gold outline on the edges. This is what this card deck has. Hopefully you can see it, but it's gold. So they do have that. And this was a brand new deck. I mean, I literally opened it. I ordered it new and all. So, you know, I don't know if that's why the ink, you know, what happened with the ink. But, I mean, it's brand new. It's not a used deck or anything. But, yeah, the gold looks pretty good for the most part. I mean, there's a few little places where it's a little bit chipped, if you can see that. But, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it doesn't bother me. You know, you can still use them. Oh, and also the backs of the cards, all the backs of the cards look like this. So they have these, like, seashell / spiral / it kind of makes me think of, like, an embryo kind of thing. Design, I guess. But it's really pretty. I really like it. And the backs of the decks, it looks kind of reddish, but it's more like a coral color. But it probably looks red on camera, but it is more coral than legit fire engine red with the spirals. but if you look around the spirals, it has some words, and it says ask and no, and it has a continuous circle. It says ask and no, ask and no, ask and no. So it's pretty cool. So that's what the backs look like. So yeah. Alright, so card 3 is Between Worlds. So you've got the colored aspect of the world, and you've got the black and white aspect of the world. It's pretty cool. You've got card number 4, which is Higher Power, and it looks like an angel, and I think that's like a keyhole up there, like a keyhole where the third eye is supposed to be, traditionally, or where it's thought to be anyways. So it's like a keyhole, so you can unlock the inner thoughts of your third eye kind of thing. So that's cool. Card number 5 is Orphaned. The cards are really, really pretty. I love the artwork and the imagery that they use in these cards. Card 6 is Not For You, with its cute little fortune cookie. To the Sea. Yeah, this one had a little bit more stuff on it. I mean, it don't really interfere that much with the image, but it's definitely noticeable. And I ordered mine online from Amazon. I cannot remember where specifically the seller, but I mean, it's not their fault. It's just however the cards were made. It just bled, ink bled on it, and it won't come off, but that's okay. But yeah, this one's To the Sea, and it's card 7. Card 8 is The Tribe. Card 9, I love this one. It's called Treasure Island, and it's got this adorable sea turtle, and I love it because sea turtles are one of my animals, or I should say mammals, creatures, that I work with, so. Hairless mammals, I guess. I still consider them legit mammals, even though people break it down into, you know, specific kind of types of animals, I guess. But anyways, I love sea turtles, and I work a lot with sea turtles, and I just think this card is really cool. Number 10 is Unfinished Symphony. Oh, and you'll notice a lot of the cards have eggs in it. So I think that's kind of interesting, because they use the symbolism of the egg a lot in this deck. But it's got like kind of a circusy carnival kind of theme going on. If you notice, like this little banner that hangs up on a lot of the cards, and it's got a lot of circus animals and stuff, and carnival kind of looking animals, so it's pretty cool. I like this one a lot because I love zebras. A Change in the Wind. Fork in the Road. Truth Be Told. Message in a Bottle. All That Glitters. That's pretty cool. Like it has the masks laying on like a thing of gold, like a mound of gold. The Fates. I love this card too, it's really pretty. Serendipity. I love it because it's got all the four-leaf clovers and the shamrocks and this little fairy kind of being. It's a very cool card. And again with the eggs. So this one's flexible. But see, it's got like the whole acrobat and the these little banner kind of things on a lot of the cards. So it very much has like a circus, like a carnival circus, run away to the circus kind of feel to it. It's very childlike and playful and dreamful and fantasy-like. A lot of the cards to me, and I don't know if some of you have seen this movie, but I remember watching it when I was pretty young. But it was called, I believe it was called The Dust Factory, and it's very much like, or the movie was very much like the imagery in these cards. So it makes me think of the movie The Dust Factory, which is a very cool movie. It's a very intense movie, especially for a child, though. It really makes you think. But it makes me think of the movie when I see this card deck, which I love. I think it's a really good movie. Clean it up. Blessed. Yeah, the imagery is really pretty in these cards. Another egg. This one's peace. So it's got the dove up here, carrying the little branch. This one's cool too. Time for a nap. So it's got the moon, and then it's got a little fox here with some stars. It's really pretty. And then this one I really love. Again, it has like the spiral beginning of life, embryo kind of thing, like, you know, when you see images of like a baby being formed, like a fetus or whatever being formed or whatever in like their mother's stomach, and the embryo in the sac in their stomach. It makes me think of this, like just the beginning of life. And I think that for this card specifically, it's called Round and Round, and I feel like it's a card for the never-ending cycle of life. You know, you're born, you live, you die, and you're reborn again. So to me, it represents rebirth. I really feel like this is what this card is supposed to be. And I think it's portrayed really pretty in the imagery, with the spiral, and then it's got the face in it, and that's just what it makes me think of. But I think it's a really cool card. So it's really pretty. It's one of my favorite cards in this deck. This one is called Happy Happy. And it has an egg as well with a keyhole. So I think a lot of it has, a lot of the cards have eggs in it because, again, it means, you know, to be born and rebirth, you know. New chances, you can always change, you can always start over, you know. I feel like it has to do with that, as well as knowledge, especially this one with the keyhole. It's just never-ending knowledge, you know. It's just digging it out of your subconscious and bringing it into your conscious mind, is what I feel like. But yeah. This one's a cool card too. It makes me think of when I was a child. Exchanging gifts. So it's got this pretty ballerina in this little box, and then it's got this, it's funny because this cat, it's like a basic cat, even though it's a large cat, but it's like a regular cat. However, the print on it, if you can see, has like cheetah, leopardy looking kind of spots. So it's interesting. It's got kind of a combination of both cheetah / leopard kind of spots, but yet it's like a regular house cat at the same time. But this card actually makes me think of my aunt because she used to teach ballet. She had always done ballet. She taught ballet. She had her own studio, and she's obsessed with cats. So when I see this card, I think of her. And I think of my childhood and the impact she made on it when I was a child, because she got me into the same thing. So I think this is really cool. So it's a really pretty card. This card is building blocks. So you can see the blocks. Yeah. Really pretty cards. This one is Breathe. TikTok. So this is time. This one is Y. And again with eggs. Here and now. So you've got past, you've got future. But they're very whimsical cards. In a way, certain cards in here and certain images, in a way, make me think of something from Alice in Wonderland at the same time. Like that last card. Just little things in it make me think of that too. This one's Chaos and Conflict. And you can see this is a zebra, yet it's got giraffe spots. So, Chaos and Conflict. This one I love, love, love too, because I absolutely adore polar bears. So this one is called A Leg Up, and this little baby polar bear is trying to climb up on the bigger polar bear. I'm assuming it's his mother, his or her mother. So I think this is such a cute card. I like that one a lot. And that's another reason I love this card deck, is because it has a lot of animals I really resonate with, specifically, so it's really cool. This one is Loyal Heart. This one's beautiful. This one's Come to the Edge. I love cards like this. You can just see and feel the beauty and the drama in the beauty. Or the beauty in the drama is what I should say. In the images. It's just very, very pretty in a very dramatic, intense kind of way, but it's really pretty. I love cards like that. This one is cool. It's called Neverending Story, and I love it because these cards, especially the backgrounds in some of these cards, like this one and this next one, like the backgrounds and the clouds and stuff, make me think of the actual movie, The Neverending Story, which I adore, and so does this font kind of. It kind of makes me think of the font in the movie too. It was one of my all-time favorite movies as a kid. So I think this is so cool. It has a card that's actually called Neverending Story. So for me, it feels like a double meaning kind of thing, so I really love it. So yeah, you've got this little fairy being, and she's sitting on top of a, like a sand, what's it called, sand timer clock kind of thing, you know? I cannot think of the actual name of it, but you get what I'm saying. Kind of makes me think of the old soap opera Days of Our Lives. If I recall, it had a little sand timer thing like that too. Kind of makes me think of that, especially with the background. So this card is To Be Fair, and you can see she's weighing these two objects. So she's got a fortune cookie on this side, and then she's got a, I don't know what that is. It kind of looks like a pearl in a way, but then kind of not. But she's weighing two options, so that goes along with To Be Fair. Kind of like a scale. So it's a pretty card as well. This one is called New Life. And again, this little fairy being has hatched out of this egg. If you can see, she's cracked out of this egg. So she's being born or reborn. This card is CoCreate. So you've got this cheetah, I believe. That's what it is, an owl, and this cheetah spotted kind of looking egg. This one's a cute one. Soulmates, and it's got these cute little penguins, and it's got, one of the penguins has like a heart with a keyhole, and then the other one has the key to the other one's heart. But it's just so cute. I love it. It's a very, very cute card. It's really pretty. And this one, I love this one too. So this one's Chopwood, and to me, this screams the movie Fantasia. You know, at the very end with Mickey Mouse as the sorcerer, and he has his broom, and it stands up, you know, when he stands it up to do his little bidding and stuff. That's what it makes me think of, and I love it because Fantasia is also another one of my all-time favorite movies as a kid. It's very special to me because my grandmother loved it, and before she passed away, I spent more time with her than anybody, and literally every day I love that movie so much. She would watch it with me every single day that I would come visit her, which was a lot because she only lived up the road from us, and it's just very, very special to me. So I love this card so much with a passion just because it makes me think of that. So, yes, I love it. This card is Deep Knowing. That's really pretty. So you've got like this face in, I'm not sure if it's like supposed to be another planet or another moon, but then you've got this owl sitting on top of it, and then you've got another moon up here, or at least the moon. So that might just be a planet, and that's an owl and then a moon, I'm not sure. But it's a pretty card. Okay, this one is called Thinker. It's just very delicate. I like it. Got this little fairy just sitting there thinking. This one is Time to Go. So you see this being, and she's walking across this bridge, or walkway, to the store that just kind of fades off in the distance to wherever. But I think it's a pretty card as well. This one is, to me, it's beauty as well as destruction. And it's called Regeneration. So it's really neat though, because it's like, even though there's damage here, in the end, it really, I mean, it may have damaged something, but it didn't destroy and completely kill something, because this tree is still very much alive, even in the ground where the roots are stuck and are growing has been kind of damaged a bit, but it's literally regenerating itself from the damage to become lively again. So that's a really cool card. It's very interesting. This one is Go the Distance. You've got this cheetah animal, and then it's got, it looks like to me in this card, his spots, he's running so fast, like his spots are actually coming off of him, kind of at the end, because he's running so fast, and there's his like little marker trying to get to the finish line, so to speak. So it's an interesting card. This one is Poised. It's got this fairy being, and she is very much poised on this little column kind of thing. This one is Observer, and I think that's supposed to be a fox. I think it's a little hard to tell. I think it's supposed to be a fox though, and he or she is observing the moon through this little looking glass kind of telescope thing. Oh, this one's pretty. This one kind of makes me think of the house from Up, but without all the balloons, but it's really cool. It's No Place Like Home, and this one's just really, really pretty, and again, it's got the spiral in the background. This is a really pretty card. I love this one. And this one I also love as well. This one is called Milk and Honey, and it's got this beautiful rainbow and the face in the clouds, and this teeny little baby elephant just bathing in the milk and honey, the bowl of milk and honey. So I think it's really cool, and it's like on a little picnic table kind of thing with a picnic table blanket. But it's just a really pretty card, a really happy card. I really like it. And this is the last card in the deck, card 52, and it's called Mending. So you've got these two little tiny fairy being children, and one's sitting on like a spool of thread with a little needle in her hand. So it's like mending clothes together, mending friendships, relationships, situations, anything back together. So it's a really cool card too. It's really pretty. So yeah. So those were all the cards in the Wisdom of the Oracle card deck. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you and kind of flip through and show you what the cards looked like, and yeah, I guess that's about it. I know this is actually a pretty long review, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off now, just because it's so long. But anyways, I guess just stay tuned, and more videos are coming your way. Thanks for watching, guys.